Hey, this is Observer, and I wanted to share with you something that I've recently grown interest in. Um, if you've ever been around a parking lot, you've probably seen one. They're called a detention basin, and they're in the event of flooding. They're used to help slow down the flow of water into the storm system so it doesn't get overloaded all at once. So in Google Maps, a satellite view, you can see a few of these. This is the largest one I found so far. This entire square here is one, and I gather that that's not uncommon, that a lot of parks are actually a detention basin, and for the times when they're dry, uh, people use it as a park. Otherwise, when it storms, it'll flood and help take care of some of the water. You can see the structure here, these 5 pillars. Well, they're not super tall, but that's what I'd call them, pillars. Here's a video of them during a storm. So the idea behind those is you can see that they're alternating, and so the water comes out of here extremely fast. It hits here, and then it hits here, and then it hits here, and it slows down a lot. So this is slow-moving water. The downstream it's very slow, and upstream it's very fast. Fast water is a lot of energy. It can break things and destroy the structures and stuff. So that's why they put those those pillars there like that. And you can see the pillars in this picture too. And then you can see kind of a path where all these yards are draining down into here, and then it's got multiple entry points into this big thing. But most of the time when you zoom in on like a large parking lot, there'll be one. Um, there's laws in place. I live in Austin. This is Austin that I'm zoomed in on right now. There's laws in place saying that they need to construct these with any new building or parking lot or whatever. They have to create one that's proportional to the size of the land they're displacing. So in nature, you're going to have grass and trees and all this stuff that will absorb that water, slow it down, and keep it from causing terrible flooding. But we level that and put streets and parking lots and stuff, so we need something to handle it. Here, I've located one. So here's one. You can see the entrances are here. There's those little pillars, and I guess this is another entrance, and then it hits this. I haven't seen that before, but right here, this is the real standard structure of these, is that they have a gabion in the middle. A gabion is kind of a wall made of rocks, and all those rocks are held in place with metal fencing kind of thing that wraps around it. There's a large gauge wire mesh kind of thing wraps around it. Now, gabions are really interesting because they're a sort of super coarse filter. So water coming through here and hitting the gabion, not only is it going to be slowed down significantly, but it'll also be filtered to some degree. Large particles, large things, sticks, twigs, and whatever. On the backside of this gabion, you'll get debris and soil and good stuff forming. You can use them in deserts where there's nothing but sand, and you can create an oasis using gabions and native plants that enjoy growing in sand. You can see just a little more the storm drain, big system going under El Salito Parkway. But these are incredibly common. I've seen them all over the place. Let me zoom in somewhere where I actually know where I am. So this is the elementary school I went to, and I remember when they installed this. And this is once again one of the detention basins. It's got the gabion in the middle. Looks like it's got some pillars backing up that gabion or something. It's got a cage around it so kids don't jump in there and play in it, but we always do anyways. This part of the structure had always been there, but this is kind of new relative to me, an old geezer. um, just down the road, so we were just here, just down the road. This is CVS Pharmacy, and what do you see next to their parking lot? Another detention basin. This one looks like it has maybe 2 chambers or something. So there's this, and then there's this one, and then right here is the gabion. You can see a pile up of stones there, and then vegetation. They're really cool. And then over here, is that something like a miniature one? I don't know. It's the size of a tree, but these might be miniature detention basins. Here's another one right here. So these are all kind of newer buildings, so they're definitely going to have them. And there's one. Then I think this is one here. And they're just all over. That's the gabion. That's the easiest way to identify them, is the gabion. And here's another one. They're just all over. But yeah, those are interesting. I look in other cities and they're not there. So I wonder if they have issues with flooding. We don't. But yeah, those are cool. I just wanted to share that. Thanks. Bye.